Be really nice. So I'm really excited to introduce you to Beck here for our first In Conversation With. I first met Beck when, slightly unbeknownst to me, you were working with a great friend of mine who worked at Royal Ascot, and you were styling her for the royal element of that.
Yes, yeah.
And she'd send me pictures of her beautiful outfits, and I would send her the jewellery to try on. And were you working independently then? Or?
No, I set up the personal shopping at Fenwick in Kingston.
Yeah, that's right.
And actually, your friend, I knew before that when I was freelance, I took personal shopping. But then she started coming to me at Fenwick, and I helped her with all her outfits for the Ascot, the Royal Ascot Week, which was always so much fun. It was always fun.
Amazing. But was the styling a big thing of Fenwick's offering at that stage? Because this was probably 15 years ago.
Yeah, it was. So rewind, I think back in 2000, oh my God, 2000 and something, I was a freelance stylist, bringing people into the Fenwick store in Kingston, and they wanted to set up their own personal shopping department. Right. And so they approached me to see if it was something that I was interested in doing. And it just so happened it all fitted in quite nicely with my life, with children starting secondary school and things. So I set it up.
Wow.
And I was there for 14 years. So I left there in 2020.
And so did that mean that you could only really use the clothes that were within Fenwick?
Yeah.
And now you're independent.
Now
do you still use, I think we met, didn't we, in Fenwick?
No, I still go in there and I still take clients to shop in there, but then I've got the freedom to go. I take a lot of my clients to Harvey Nichols or onto the high street. Everybody's budget and their shopping brief is different. Yeah. So I sort of tailor it to everybody's needs and to suit their budget, so it can be the high street to high end. So it gives me that freedom. And then on the other side of my business, I have the freedom to go to, let's say I come to your home and to give you a wardrobe edit, that whole restyling your wardrobe.
Which is amazing. I've just done that. Yeah. It's just brilliant. And I would never have thought, don't know what anyone else is like, but I would never have thought of using a stylist years back. But because it felt like only thing that celebrities or you'd only do for a red carpet. But in fact, the thing I found was it just made my wardrobe much more accessible to me, and I used things that I had never thought of wearing before, and I just didn't have to buy that much new.
So when I started, so it was all thanks to Trini and Susanna, back in the day when what not to wear. That's what inspired me to become a stylist. So, and at that stage, that was a long time ago, that's like 20 years ago, 20 plus years ago, women were kind of a little bit sort of nervous and thinking, like you say, it's more of a celebrity thing, more of a special occasion, or do I have to spend lots of money? But absolutely not. But then I started up the personal shopping in Fenwick. That kind of was at a time when personal shopping was, thanks to Trini and Susanna actually, I think, was becoming a common thing, and people weren't always a little bit intimidated, but it was more acceptable. They knew that they didn't have to be going to, like you say, like a red carpet event or something. So, but over the years, I think, and our lives are busy, and women are busy with work and children, and actually, surprisingly, a lot of women and men, but a lot of women don't like shopping. So,
that's the case for me. So if I can have someone just cut out all the hard work, but also I think just, as you said, not always for red carpet events, but just for, particularly at midlife, my body's definitely changed shape a bit, and things that I would maybe have got away with before, I now just have to be a little bit more careful, and it's also nice to take time to think about what you want to look like. And
absolutely, I think my typical customer would have been a 30-something-year-old new mum, and she's just had a baby, her body shape has changed, she's having to go back to work, her confidence and emotions, it's all crazy. Yeah. So I would help them find a little capsule wardrobe that would help them, kind of like armour. You put it on, give them that confidence, make them look good, make them feel good. So when they're going back into the workplace, not necessarily the workplace, just going out, it gives them a bit of a boost. And it is amazing how clothes and accessorising, which we'll go on to, can really make a difference how you feel.
I was going to say, at one of my store events, I had a customer come up to me and she had our duo earrings, the ones that are the stud with the back. And she was a director in a construction company with an all-male board. And she said, honestly, it gives me goosebumps as I think about it. I was like, I wish I taped her. She said, I put on your earrings every time and they just give me that confidence to walk in feeling like, yes, I do belong here. And that's one of the things I love about accessories is, well, it's a story of why you're wearing them and where you've worn it or who might have given it to you, and that definitely underpins my design. But just the sort of, right, okay, I feel ready now and this suits me. Do you do much with jewellery? I know we're going to do some today.
Yeah, no, cute, because it makes all the difference to an outfit. It really either elevates it or completes it or just totally switches up something. Like, I mean, you could be wearing just a plain, simple white t-shirt and then you add on the accessories, the jewellery, and it can just take it somewhere else. But also, you know, my whole ethos behind my personal shopping is I want to help that person get the most out of their clothes and wear it. You don't have to spend huge amounts of money on lots and lots of different individual outfits. It's about getting that capsule thing, and actually accessories is really quite key in getting your wear out of your items, so you can kind of switch it up and change it.
100%. Actually, we're wearing.
I know we are wearing the same thing. Twinning today.
Our pearl power chain necklace, because actually this is one of the ones that I personally love the most, because the chain you can attach anywhere along the chain, and it's gold is a bit more like it goes with the colour I'm wearing, but you could.
Because also that's the other thing, your whole colouring, your warmer tones, I'm cooler, so actually I go for more silver. But saying that, I love gold and I'll mix it up. And
and you're mixing the chains as well, which I think sometimes people find, should I have the same chains? And I very much
mix it up,
don't.
Make it more interesting. Go against what you think you should do. And
Be a bit brave and a bit bold.
I mean, sometimes it's nice. I would just wear that on its own, you know, but you know, as soon as you incorporate other pieces, it just
And I think layering is one of the things that a lot of our customers really appreciate help with, because they don't always know. It feels again a little bit like clothes. There are rules, whereas in fact I don't think there are any rules, but hopefully you'll show us a few ways to layer things up and how to approach it.
Exactly, and I'm not a rule follower.
No, neither
wasn't when I was young.
A bit of a rebel.
Still not now. And so it's sort of, you know, you can't wear black or white. No, in theory I shouldn't, but I like black and white. So it's kind of how you can make it work for you with a bit more makeup or with your jewellery. Or if somebody's, you know, busty, you know, not to wear too high a neckline, but what you can do is wear the high neckline and then you put the jewellery over the top to create it, you know, draw your eye down and sort of open things up a little bit.
That's really and there are, I guess, some basic fundamental principles like that you've learned over the years, that because I guess it's quite personal going into someone's house and you have to be quite empathetic, which that's one of the things I really liked about you when we first met, that you were very much understood how women worked and were very open. Is that, have you ever had a difficulty? Because it's very personal.
It is personal, and so, like, you know, I'm always asked, have you ever had somebody that's you couldn't dress or that are very difficult, you didn't get... I've had difficult women, but that's always because they're putting up a barrier, because it's inevitably they're nervous, they're unsure, they're self-conscious. So once you break down that, and you know, and then it's fine.
Opens up.
And I feel like I've got quite a lot of empathy, so I can put people at ease quite quickly. And that's half the battle done then. So as soon as you get that person's trust, I can then introduce them into trying different things. Not totally pushing them out of their comfort zone to start with, but just introducing them to new ways of dressing and accessorising.
And do you work with men as well?
Okay. Work with men as well, not as much, but I style men as well. Men generally just want to
formula.
Yes, I like that. What colours does it come in? Boom, 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 off they go. But I do help men as well.
That's great. Well, listen, should we get on and do a bit of our styling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
So.
So Beck is here giving us some styling advice. So talk us through this beautiful colour. We're really well matched.
I know we are. It's like it was planned. Right, what I'm wearing today. This is what I would possibly put a mother of the bride in. So generally mothers of the bride that come to me to be styled for their daughters' weddings, or their sons or whatever. The brief is they don't want to be typical mother of the bride, and they want to have something that they can wear afterwards. So this is quite classic actually, but it's
beautiful.
It's so beautiful. This is actually pre-loved and for sale. Just think there.
Just saying.
Just saying. This is a goat dress, and I just love the classic shape, but then you've got that really lovely little detail on the sleeve, on the shoulder rather, and then on the sleeve, which
it's elasticated.
Yeah, and it's so comfortable to wear. Really, you don't have to wear a jacket or anything. So the dress does all the talking, and then we can accessorise it. And I've kind of put these pieces to keep it quite classic, but layering it so it gives a little bit of a twist.
Yeah.
And then just the lovely little pearl bracelet too.
And that bracelet actually a lot of brides wear as well, and buy for their bridesmaids. So it would be a really nice link up for everyone to be wearing the same piece of jewellery. It's one of our best selling bracelets.
And this also makes me, actually this piece really reminds me of when I got married. I borrowed my mum's drop pearl.
I love it.
And I wore that as a sort of something
borrowed,
something
something
old. And so that's something that then you could then pass on to your daughter or whatever.
But also that necklace, you could wear all of this jewellery on your honeymoon and it will last you forever, and you'll have all those lovely memories of hopefully the happy day.
Yeah, because you can...
Sorry, you're not going on honeymoon.
No,
hopefully not.
No, I'm not. My daughter is, isn't she?
Hopefully you're not stalking them on honeymoon. No. But I've got I don't know if you noticed, there's that nice little round loop that I've put the pearl on to just give a bit of a modern edge, so it moves really nicely.
Yes.
I'm quite touchy-feely.
Well, this one, oh my gosh, I'm always fiddling, and so that's what I do love about these little pieces, that you can particularly, when you don't know what to do with your hands, sort of waiting for photographs or chatting to people, it's actually quite a nice thing.
I hadn't thought of that. That's a really nice element. And earrings?
Earrings, okay, I can't take my earrings out because... they don't come out.
They're fused
in. But this is what I would put with it. And this is, just like that. So just keeping it very simple, but a bit more of a statement pearl. So these are these Baroque?
So they're Baroque, which is I quite like the fact they're not cookie cutter. No pearls cookie cutter perfect, but they're irregular, and that necklace is Baroque pearls as well, and the drop is. We hand select those, but that one is sort of more regular. Yeah. Because if you've just got one pearl, it needs to be more. But I like the sort of the mix of all of that, and with the texture of the fabric, the pearls really work well with that. Is it crepe? Would it be crepe?
It's like a crepe.
Yeah, I really love that.
So that's Mother of the Bride outfit.
Mother of the Bride and CB pearls. That's brilliant. Love it. Right, so we have got this beautiful look. I really love it. Yeah. Talk me through where the inspiration came from.
So this is probably more my sort of style. So I'm quite I'm an androgynous dresser, but with a bit of a feminine twist. Yeah. So we've gone for the classic sort of white shirt, wide leg trousers, but by layering up all the pearls around the neck, on the bracelet, and actually the ring, I think it makes it very, I don't know, kind of Audrey Hepburn, Catherine Hepburn?
Audrey Hepburn. Catherine
Hepburn, because she'd always wear the trousers.
Midlife women alert.
Oh my God. But I just love this look, and I think that actually the jewellery does all the talking, keeping it very classic, but then just layering it all up, mixing up the chains, the different lengths, the different size of pearls. I mean, you talk through the pearls.
Well, the thing that I always try and do in my designs is keep some kind of relationship between designs, so that it can either be worn on its own or layered up so beautifully here. So all the pearls you've got there are more or less this sort of rice drop shape. The Pearl Power one can be a bit more round, but actually it's so lovely seeing them all together because the luster is just pinging off them, and in that monochrome look it looks really beautiful. So this biography rope was one of my first designs I ever created, and this modern silver element was something that I really wanted to bring in because it was just like traditional pearls but with a slightly more modern looking.
So you can twist it if you don't want to have that showing. You can twist that round to the back.
Exactly, and you can also double it up and wear it. So it's quite a good investment piece. So you could double up the links, so as in wrap it twice around your neck.
Yeah. So you can do it. Yeah, exactly.
And then you've got our Pearl Power chain here with this beautiful orb pearl. One of my favourite ones to buy. Quite difficult to get the quality because it's really big. So the skin and the luster have got to be very good.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit more of an investment piece, but I use it all the time, and it's on a chain that can be adjusted. So you can see, I think, from my chain, the lobster clasp can fit along any of the links. So you can wear it sort of as a choker or longer, and it does go down to, I think, 24 inches. And then you've got our favourite drop pearl. Again, that is on an adjustable length, so it can be a choker as well, 14 inches. And it's just such a beautiful almost starting point for layering because it's got a very fine chain, and I love the kind of modern link chain with the finer chain. It looks gorgeous with, and the skirt, the shirt. Is that a brand I'd know, or?
Well, it's a brand actually I don't know. Can you see what it is? This is actually another pre-love piece, but it's an unworn
by Decollage.
Yeah, it's such a lovely. It's got a cotton stretch in it as well.
Yes.
And then it's got that sort of staggered stepped hem line, but this works nicely that you can just tuck the front in and then keep it
that's really cool.
at the back. So,
and would you ever wear a belt with that? Or do you leave, if you got all the jewellery, you maybe wouldn't have the belt?
I think I wouldn't have the belt if I had all the jewellery, but if I was wanting to wear a belt, I would then just keep it quite simple on the jewellery.
So you could just maybe wear the silver jewellery, you'd use a silver belt, not a gold one.
Yeah, I'd use a black
with a
belt,
silver
maybe
buckle.
with a silver buckle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've done the necklaces.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about the bracelet stuff, which I absolutely love. This whole look, we're layering the necklaces, layering my rings, layering everything. So we've got to layer the bracelets as well.
Perfect. So I love the fact that you've chosen our essential bangle. I wear it so often, and I quite like the clatter of it. But it goes, I think, better with sort of a bit more of a pearl look. So this beautiful coin pearl in the middle of our button pearl has been a new bracelet this season. It's our Cocoa bracelet, and I think it looks beautiful with the pearl there. And then our Angelina one, which has got a bit more chain, and it's got these two little holding silver baubles either sides of the pearls, and it's also, both bracelets have got an adjustable length so that will fit anyone's wrist, but also some people like a looser bracelet, and some people I quite like them quite snug to my wrist.
It's nice to have those ones snug, and then you've got the ring that sort of moves around and then jangles next to it.
Yeah, it's a really nice sort of free moving, but still quite chic, I think.
Yeah,
it looks really.
I'll bring it a little bit closer. I think you can see there. And then also the ring.
The ring.
Yes, the ring.
Love the signet ring.
Gorgeous. And that's so good because it's what do you call
adjustable, so it's not set.
Adjustable.
And it's a really strong one, so you can move it and wear it on any finger actually. So
I like it next to that. I think it looks lovely.
Yeah, with that really organic shape of that and the luster of the pearl and the smoothness.
God, I'm all layered up in pearls.
God, woo! Way to go!
Super lovely.
Okay, right, so we've got this beautiful kind of slightly more casual look, but still looking absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, thank
Talk
you.
Me through
Well, after I leave you today, I'm meeting my husband. We're going on a date down at Borough Market.
How gorgeous.
So I want to keep it quite casual, but obviously I want to feel as I've dressed up a little bit. So essentially I'm wearing wide leg jeans, but with a pretty top, and then all beautiful jewellery is
and
how I would style it.
And metals, which not everyone
Yeah, I love that. And so, you know, as a styling theory, you kind of like, you're a warm tone or a cool tone.
Yeah.
You're more of a warm tone,
Yeah.
which is why you would probably gravitate towards the gold jewellery. For me, I'm cooler, so I'd go for silver. But like I've said before, I like to break the rules.
No rules.
So no rules. So I like gold, and mixing it up, gold and the silver, is interesting and a fun way to layer. So we've done it with the, you know, with the bangles, the bracelets here.
Love that.
Got silver, gold, and pearls. And then these pieces, which you can talk through.
Yeah,
well, they're lovely. I love this. Is actually probably my favourite little layering piece.
Yeah, it looks very kind of natural on you, and I think that top's slightly unconstructed, and I love the indigo of the jeans against the top as well. It sort of brings it up a bit. But the pearls, so this is our pearl choker, which is worn by men, women and non-binary people. It's obviously a massive trend. Thank you, Harry Styles.
Thanks, Harry.
And actually Marc Jacobs also. It's been, I think, actually Alessandro Michele at Gucci started the big move towards men. Although, of course, like years ancient, like Maharajas, when pearls were not cultured and you could only get wild pearls, and they were the ultimate status symbol. So men, Charles I was beheaded wearing a single pearl earring, which I saw at the V&A exhibition. Amazing time travel. Anyway, I digress. I could talk for pearls forever. So this is a pearl choker with it's got a 4-inch adjustable chain, so you can adjust again to any length. I like it where it's just sitting. These are clavicles. It looks really nice on you there. And this is our chakra balance necklace, part of our meditative range. I wear my pearl spinner most days, and that's just got, so it's not too much of a pearly look, but the silver detail doesn't take away from the chain element. And then our lariat here, our cirque lariat, so that's just threaded through there. We have a video online where you can see the 5 different ways you can wear it, but one of my favourite pieces.
That's a really easy one to style. So we've just threaded it through there, but like you say, you've got the video to show all the different ways.
Yeah.
And so you can adjust it to the right length. So I like it just sitting on the top, so it shows it off a little bit more.
And it's nice to have it over the fabric as well. I think that's really lovely. And the bracelet stack, I absolutely love. I remember in the 80s the Russian wedding rings. Do you remember?
Yes, I had. Oh my God, I've got one somewhere.
Well, that's why I've always thought of doing the silver and the gold together, because I think they naturally, visually, I'm attuned to it, so I don't have a problem with that. I love that you've chosen that, and that I think the coin pearl in the middle of the button bracelet is such a sweet touch and quite unique, and I think it all isn't too matchy but just looks really chic, and you're going to have a lovely dinner.
I am.
Your husband's going to be wowed by you and your pearls.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much. It's been absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
And I'm sure we'll do it again, because it's been lovely seeing you bring the jewellery to life. For me, the biggest treat is seeing people wear the jewellery, and to have someone like Beck with all her experience, kind of understanding what sits together well, and have you pull together these beautiful looks is just brilliant. So thank you.
My pleasure. Until next time.
Gorgeous.
Thank you.
Thank you.